What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. Amazon Kindle Create Space. Black Male Censorship 2. Um, the hell just happened? I don't know. Anyway, I was talking to a female YouTuber, chatting with like online, all on a different platform, and seeing what happened recently with these some of these brothers' channels, and seeing the a certain segment of black female YouTubers putting out a hit list on certain YouTubers. And she said something that was real. She was like, with a particular YouTuber, they were quote unquote cyberbullying or stalking or just going went out of bounds, went too far. And I couldn't disagree with her. Yeah, they went too far on certain things. But what she said after that was, she doesn't know of any female equivalents to that. And I told her, I said, well, no, they're out there. And this is what I'm talking about in this particular part too. This is gonna be the end of it, really. Um, a lot of female YouTubers don't understand that, a lot of black male YouTubers, whether they talk about um, black women or just the black community or just current events, sports, music, all what you call cyber stalking and cyber bullying, we've been getting this a long time. If you've been making videos, if they challenge people's ideologies, And what was crazy about it is we never talk about it, all that stuff. Like we're censored and we're looked for and we're trying to be shut down and people flag and false flag channels, and we never get into the things that happen on this end. Some of this stuff has happened to me. I haven't had to deal with false flagging, but the things that lead up to all of these beefs, all of those things have happened to me. And what I mean by that is this: I've had the videos where um, you say something somebody don't like, and you get all of the racial epithets, all the racist epithets. That's been happening for the longest, right? Most guys let that slide. You get used to it after a while. People making threats, people trying to put your address out or think they know your address, or people swear they know your name, and that type of stuff. People make death threats and stuff like that. We get that. And because of that, a lot of brothers had. We went through this thing where people got screen caption software. Whether of people's videos, of people's comments, because people would start kick up dust, and then if somebody responded, or they'll like erase their videos or they'll erase their messages and play the victim. Like, I don't know what happened. So a lot of times, um, what was left up there was a response comment, or a response video, and then the other video or comment didn't exist. So people started putting up, screen caption software to show people that this is not a figment of your imagination. So I'm saying that to preface this. You know, you can go on other um, political sites when they have certain political how can I say this, political uh, current event news and political dialogues. When you look in the comment section, it gets all racial. When you go into sports dialogues, it gets all racial and gets all crazy. So brothers been hip to that for a long time, and this is where it gets tricky. Women figured this out too. So the women were doing the same thing. Women have been doing the same thing, you know. And a lot of times, just like brothers don't go on racist websites or racist pages who talk crazy about our community and getting back and forth arguments, a lot of us don't go to these black women's pages and getting back and forth arguments. Like, it's something that we don't do. It's not our norm culture. But have we been there a time or two? Yeah, I've seen that happen. But what people don't know is a lot of times those women come to our channels and kick up dust. You know, I can tell you from my own experience that women are sending other women to even my page, and they'll see a video that they don't like, and they'll say, you and black men are always talking about black women, and I'm like, I kind of chuckle at it. I'm like, yeah, you don't look at my page. You really don't pay attention to the topic selection that I have on my page. It's just you've already either made this innuendo to put it out there on the page that all I do is talk about black women, or you don't know what you're talking about, and you be looking at quote unquote black women bashing videos all day long, and every video come across with a black man, if they say anything about a black woman, is automatically bashing. And I've had those videos where I'm just talking about relationships, and some black women agree, some disagree, and there have been those times where women have seen other women in the comment section go ham and go left off of things I didn't even say, it didn't exist in the comments, and then they turn around and hear a trigger word, or just in their feelings about something else, and then they just go left. And the other women and men in the comment section like, what the hell happened to her? Like, what she's going off on a rant about has nothing to do with what you were talking about. And they peep it out and they say absolutely. And some of these same people will go to other people's pages, because I wouldn't really get in the back and forth with them. And they would go to other people's pages and they would start it. And I would get on other people's pages because I'll be watching their videos too. And I just comment like, yo, you doing, what are you going around doing this to people? Like, this is your MO? Because we learned the same thing with the trolls of other races, where they'll have like a stock insult, and they'll just go upon particular pages and just stock insult, and people realize, we've tracked those people. So some of you ladies out here who got this hit list, y'all seem to think that these brothers don't have evidence, like they don't have your videos before you shut them down, like they didn't screenshot the videos when you went crazy and you sent them videos, or their followers sent them videos of this is how he's talking about you, and then when you respond, they erase the video and they say, I don't know what happened, I'm playing the victim. We got those, brothers got those videos. The screenshots of y'all sending messages, or comments in the comment sections, or private messages, DMs, whatever, that type of stuff. You're in people's chats talking crazy, and your followers are talking crazy. People have all of that stuff. It's not like they don't. It's just the idea that you think some of these guys are so dumb that just because we ignore your over the top, out of line things, that we don't collect some of these things. And that's not true. We just ignore it. I'm not justifying when some brothers went out of line with some of you women, because yeah, a lot of us don't agree with that. I mean, that's just the idea. But to walk around here as if and run to quote unquote YouTube to help censor people or get people's channels flagged down, some of the people that y'all trying to attack don't even necessarily talk about black women. It's like you got the section that says they were bullied, which is a small section. Then you got the section that they told everybody to hit all of these people up. So now that's a group in itself. And then there's another group that spawned out of that anybody who said something that they didn't like, whether it's a black man or a black woman, they're going to try to demonetize their videos, or send some type of drama to their channel. And this has happened plenty of times before. I've seen groups get together, get on hangouts and talk bad about somebody and say they was going to shut people down, and people had to restart their channels, and these same groups implode because they start going at each other when the guys don't exist, which is probably going to happen with a lot of these section of black women right now who want to get on this quote unquote cyberbullying kicks, because their followers, when black men stop quote unquote bashing black women, now they're not going to have anybody to argue with, so they're just going to argue with themselves, just like it normally happens. Because this ain't the first time, ain't the second time, third, fourth time that this has happened. Another thing is about the trolls. Like, a lot of you sisters are naive to how the trolling works. Brothers have figured this out. Sometimes we know when we can kind of put a profile. We've kind of profiled a lot of trolls. We know when they're black. We know when they're non-black. We know whether they're men or whether they're women. We know whether they're straight or gay. A lot of you women just If you see a comment, you just straight out believe that that's who they say they are, and a lot of times it's not. You dig into these people's profiles, and a lot of y'all are actually trolls who kick up dust under other troll accounts, and then y'all create this drama, and then create this manufactured beef that sometimes doesn't exist with people. There's people with histories of that also. And particularly in the black community, either women or homosexual men. Um, because of this, people play like they don't know what's going on. But I was just putting it out there that we know this stuff exists. It's not over anybody's head. Um, oh yeah, and on top of that, you got to also understand that you don't have to understand, but it's kind of odd that the things y'all are trying to get people shut down and flagged for, some of y'all do the exact same quote unquote thing. Y'all say y'all don't want to get bashed and bullied, but y'all out here bashing and bullying. And y'all think y'all hiding behind y'all quote unquote positions when, like I said before, people know how y'all get down. It's not a secret. And some of y'all are attacking people who have nothing to do with your quote unquote beef. So, I feel threatened. You think y'all haven't sent out that black women wasn't sending out death threats to other men? You think black women wasn't saying things like, they wanted to kill black men, or have police kill black men, or kill black babies, abort black babies, particularly the boys. You think you haven't had these women out here, said they gotta, find your name and find where you live at, or send somebody to your house and stuff like that? Absolutely. Like, you think they haven't had people get summons and subpoenaed, and yeah, yeah. It's just brothers just be like, yeah, whatever. But a lot of that is going to probably come out too, and I'm just one of the people that's going to put it out there, because there's the censorship of YouTube, but there's also these people who are trying to pimp this censorship to shut people down from speaking their opinions. And a lot of times, you know, you know, black women think black women think that because women come up, that it's automatically bashing women. Like, and, and some of these people are using these YouTube guidelines to, if they can't get you on women, they'll try to get you on something else. And oh, gotta say this before this thing closes. So in particular, some used to say men don't build anything. And here's the thing: this is an example of how the community doesn't get built, because there are certain guys who make a living off of this stuff, or actually have a good passive income off of this stuff, and y'all trying to shut down them making money. But then on the other side say, black men don't build anything, and this is what brothers been trying to say for years. Like, y'all throw a monkey wrench in everybody's pockets, and y'all do what white folks do. You get his money, get his money, get his money, make sure he's broke, and then cry and then celebrate if you can dip into somebody's pockets while you're getting paid doing the quote unquote same thing that you're complaining about, but then saying black women ain't gonna do nothing for us. Yeah, I mean, in some ways, you're just proving the point. Honestly, you're just proving brother's point that y'all just want anarchy. And it is what it is. I mean, that's part of the censorship. I'm out.